Blunt with life in my pocket. Me and the VIP in the pool. Da da da. Love this fucking joint. Right down by my nuts. To Wayne, I got it blowing cuz. That shit is crazy. You're my beaver. You're my beaver. Give me your my beaver. You're my beaver. This shit is crazy, man. Honestly, I've been listening to this shit nonstop. Like yesterday, I was out driving around and I was just like repeating, like running this shit back, blasting it, man. This track is fucking classic. Speaking of classic, let me play this shit too. This is class. Family, you know, if Family ever sees this shit, gotta give some respect to Family. Family had some fucking joints. He had like 2 joints that I know of anyways that I really liked. You know what I mean? This is one of them too. We can rock and roll. Anyway, Hit Me on My Beeper is some crazy shit, man. Like, so let me go back. It's 2006, I think, when that record came out. Now, this record, or Rock and Roll, came out a little bit earlier because Flip was on a remix. And I remember when this came out. Again, it wasn't like a big radio record. None of these great hip-hop records are radio shit. This is the whole point. You guys obviously need to understand this, okay? Real hip-hop, as they say, real hip-hop is not on the radio. And that shit is true. Okay, all the shit that we call classic now, the great shit, the Nas's, the J's, they were not getting played on radio like that. I'm talking mainstream radio. I'm not talking about hip-hop radio. There is a difference, okay? Like the hip-hop radios of today, even the big hip-hop radios, yes, in the 90s, in the days when it wasn't, you know, a little bit like less commercial to a certain degree and aimed at heads and aimed at people who are in the culture, they played, you know, real shit. But even then, it was like, there was obviously commercial rap. There was stuff that was like more palatable to the casual rap listener, the few, as opposed to sort of the rawest underground shit. Like if you wanted raw underground type rap, you'd have to listen to college radio and shit like that. Anyways, what I'm trying to tell you is that this rock and roll joint, which is classic and is fire and was fire back then, we heard that shit and went, yo, was not getting played on radio. I don't think I ever heard it on radio ever. In fact, most people that I knew at that time who even were listening to rap didn't even know about Family, didn't know that the dude existed. You know what I mean? But it was hot. So he comes out with Rock and Roll. I fucking loved Rock and Roll. The chorus, the whole shit. I'm a big Neptunes fan anyway. So then after that, he comes out with Hit Me on My Beeper, right? This is like maybe 2 years after. And I just remember being like, why is nobody listening to this fucking record? Like, this shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it was even more left field than rock and roll. You know what I mean? And I loved it. And again, that's like that stroke of death type of beat. I mean, Pharrell, to me, man, is a fucking genius. I forgot to mention this, by the way, when I was talking about Kanye. Because to me, Pharrell is everything that Kanye wants to be, but will never be, because Pharrell is on a different fucking level. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these like suburban cats, they want to be Pharrell, but they can't be Pharrell. Pharrell is a different animal. And Pharrell is a dude from the suburbs, from what I've read and from what I understand. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he's not necessarily a cat that like, you know, was from the hood or whatever. He's a suburb dude. He's like me, like to a certain degree. He's not from the hood. I'm not from the hood a day in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think he just was a hip-hop dude. He just, like, understood this rap shit and was like, look, how can I make shit bang and give it an energy and do something new and come with a new sound? And I respect that, man. Like, Pharrell is a fucking genius. And he has beats. You know, this is how I know a dude can really produce. Because you can make the beats that, like, a casual might like, a casual hip-hop listener. But when you start making the beats that the heads is like, what the fuck did you do to even make this beat? Like, Hit Me on My Beeper? Like, this beat? Like, when you hear this beat, like, this beat is nuts, you know what I'm saying? Those, like, repetitive as fuck. Those repetitive, crazy, monotonous, but just stupid, ill, banging, stroke of death, you know, beats and shit like that. And every producer got shit like that. All the great producers, they have Come Clean, you know, Primo, they have those beats where you're just like, yo, this is some monotonous, but crazy, ill, banging shit. And Kanye has never made a beat like that, by the way. I don't know a single Kanye beat that's on that level. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And Pharrell's got a lot of these, actually. Not a lot, but a fair amount. Like, Grindin' is a great example, right? You hear Grindin', Grindin' is just like, it's like some hip-hop ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, not no casual, right? Even when he did Drop It Like It's Hot, which I loved. I remember when that came out, and that fucking was like completely unique because, you know, Neptunes were known for this sort of like sound. It was like glitzy and shit like that, and all of a sudden you did and that shit, we were like, whoa, what the fuck? That's what I'm saying. Pharrell's a genius. So anyway, the point is that this, you know, Beeper record came out. It was slept on, obviously. Hype Williams did the video. Great fucking video. I actually really think the video is really like intricate and interesting. And the song is fire. And in a way, Family is kind of like mumbling to a certain degree. So, you know, I mean, people were doing some interesting shit. There's always been like a mumble-esque type of thing that happens in rap to a certain degree. But again, the way he did it was ill, and you can still hear obviously what he's saying, and it just fits, you know? At the end of the day, man, rap is creativity. It's like, if it works, right? And Family killed it, and I think that Family is one of those underappreciated rappers, man. I mean, again, I don't like necessarily all of his stuff, you know? The stuff I have heard, he's very Neptunes dependent, right? Understandably. But, you know, I only know those 2 songs. So if you've listened to more Family, let me know. I've heard Scrung Out. I remember when Scrung Out came out at the time, and I was like, I'm not really feeling it. But, you know, I got to give some flowers to Family. And of course, Pharrell. I could do like a whole 3-4 videos talking about my favorite Pharrell beats because Pharrell's got a lot of bangers. Neptunes, obviously. But we'll talk about these ones and just say that if you want to get on some Family, start with Hit Me On My Beeper and definitely Rock and Roll. Definitely. You know? But fam, we can roll up. Don't make me put these motherfuckers up. That shit crazy. Crazy. Alright, y'all. Peace.